Humanitarian crisis across the globe over the years has been stiff owing to the climatic change and the novel coronavirus pandemic. This development has not stopped humanitarian service providers such as the United Nations organizations, NEMA, SEMA, among others, to reach to the most dangerous areas to extend help and rekindle hope to victims of humanitarian crisis. This year's World Humanitarian Day 2021 focuses on bringing together partners across the humanitarian system to advocate for survival with #TheHumanRace. Stakeholders in the humanitarian landscape are sure to redouble efforts in putting smiles on the faces of the most vulnerable.
360 days a year, every day is a humanitarian day, but we are doubling our efforts. And even now, as I speak with you now, His Excellency is away trying to get more funding, more materials to help the indigents of Borno State who are vulnerable and also who are displaced.
Yes, sir. In addition to that, the United Nations Secretary General talked about those at the forefront, the humanitarian service providers.
Yes.
Do you have a word to them, particularly those that lost their lives in the course of serving humanity?
Yes, actually it's most unfortunate that they lost their services, and usually if you are involved in this type of insurgency, so some people must give up the ultimate this thing. I mean, they give up their lives in serving humanity, but it's most unfortunate, and we feel for their families, and whatever we can do really to support the families, or to prevent this type of unfortunate incidences, it's really welcome.
The federal government, through the effort of our dear President General Muhammadu Buhari, has been rendering tremendous support to the displaced persons in the Northeast, to be precise. And we can say, and everybody is on record, it's been dated back, and I believe the people of Borno can testify to what NEMA has done to the vulnerable in Maiduguri and its environment.
SEMA is doing its best to ensure that we sensitize people, not only supporting with food and shelter. We support them, we sensitize them through the media by way of telling them that flood is, the rainy season has cropped in, so there are areas where prone to flooding. We are going to use our town criers. We are going to use the media to inform the public that this is what is happening, so you should avoid those places. So SEMA does not only work for food and clothing. Other calamities, we take care of other calamities like fire disaster, flooding and so forth. We are doing our best.
This time, the theme of the celebration is action on the climate, realizing the importance of environment. This is an effort to keep the environment alive and for the next generation. Those of us in Borno did it in a grand style. What we did was, instead of sitting in a big hall and blowing big English, we said we'll do it in a symbolic way. And we have an hashtag which says plant your root in Borno. The expectation is that each and every one of us should plant a tree to plant a root, and we should nurture those trees to maturity.
This is a period for us to also remember those fallen heroes, and also to reflect and then give back to society what we are doing, so that the society can also come back and then rejoice with us on the services we are rendering to the community.
Humanitarian workers are here to help the world's most vulnerable people when disaster strikes.
The cause of supporting the less privileged members of the society and victims of humanitarian crisis is a task that must be accomplished collectively for sustainable growth and development.